Then the deadly trap is ready. It lies in ambush in a place where insects frequently pass. Its sharp eyes make out the slightest movement. It then wraps its prey up in special silk. The spider catches more than one victim in a night and weaves a separate web for each one. This web is a real wonder of design. The prey has no chance to escape. The hunting method of the bolas spider is another miracle of creation. This spider uses an irresistible method for attracting its prey, the male moth. Again, it produces a thread that is stronger than steel inside its body. This thread is covered with sticky droplets. It then dangles the thread from a tree as if it were a fishing rod, making little casts and waiting patiently, just like an angler. The spider has an ingenious trick for attracting its prey. Female moths release the hormone pheromone to attract male moths to them. The spiders reproduce this smell and place it at the end of their traps. The male moth cannot resist the trap. When the moth approaches, the spider starts to wave the thread like a lasso. And the plan has worked. The prey is caught. On the screen, you can now see the chemical formula of the pheromone given off by female moths. The substance has a distinct chemical formula and is only to be found in female moths. We would have to go through a number of stages in an advanced chemical laboratory if we wanted to reproduce the same chemical. If we imagine the spider uses its own intelligence to reproduce this hormone, then it would have to follow the same path. It would first have to find a female moth and learn how it attracts male moths. It would then have to take a sample of the pheromone from the female moth. It would have to study it, and carry out lab tests according to the formula it finds. Then it would have to attach the resulting chemical to the end of its lasso. However, this tiny spider possesses neither the intelligence to follow such a procedure, nor the education, nor a chemical laboratory. So how has this spider managed to reproduce that pheromone just like a chemist? How did it come to think of sticking it on the end of its thread? Such questions lead us to an evident truth. The chemical pheromone, the moths that produce it, and the spiders that use it for hunting were all brought into being by Allah. These examples once again reveal the art of creation of Allah, Lord of the entire universe and of all living things in it. Another species that uses a very intelligent technique to catch its prey is the trapdoor spider. Instead of using a web like other spiders, this species attacks from beneath the ground. It first digs itself a burrow in the ground and then makes a round cover for its lair using silk and pieces of earth. It sticks one edge of the cover to the ground like a hinge. It stretches taut threads outward from its lair, and then camouflages the threads and the entrance to its lair with earth or leaves. Thanks to this system, it can feel the smallest vibration outside its lair and head straight for the source of it. The trap is now ready. The insect approaches with no idea that anything is wrong and falls prey to the spider. Here an ant is confidently walking over flowers. This flower is the spider's booby trap. But how could a spider with no power of thought and reasoning have had the idea of preparing a trap and then installing an early warning system outside it? Who taught it to hide its lair by imitating the flowers on the ground? And what is even more interesting is the fact that every spider born knows its own species' hunting technique. This young bolus spider has made its first lasso. The spider is even smaller than your fingertip, and the lasso tinier than the head of a pin. This newly born Dinopis spider has woven a miniature web. The baby spider is an engineer from the moment it comes into the world. The presence of a number of young in a small area can lead to small hitches. But eventually everything starts to function like clockwork. These baby spiders will soon leave their mother to make their own nests. There is no doubt that this shows that spiders are inspired to weave webs and build traps. Neither is there any doubt that it was Allah, the Lord of all the worlds, who creates these creatures with these wonderful features and inspires them what to do.